Talofa faithful, welcome back. It's Friday. Finally, it is freezing cold here in the Pacific Northwest. It's like 10 degrees outside, but we are back. It is our bye week. We got the Niner Faithful Radio Weekend Review show going on right now. Let me see. I got to turn off a few things here. All right. Um, so we've got the usual crew. Actually, not the usual crew, but we do have a special guest with us tonight to start the show. Also, we are going to be doing the Friday night variety show, and so with that one, after we finish our typical weekend review, I'm going to go ahead and post the links for anybody who wishes to jump in, and then we can just sit here and kick back and talk about what's everybody doing, how's everybody relaxing on this bye week. All right, give me just a hot second. I'm going to hit that intro, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. It looks like we've got a full house going tonight. How is everybody doing? All right, we'll get to everybody in just a second. Oh, this guy's just going to bring his damn self in like he owns this damn joint. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
You do. How's it going, man? How's your week been so far?
Wait. Legendary. Hold on. Before we get anything, was a Niner. Okay, yeah, you gotta explain that one, bro, because we will not have any blasphemy of number 80 on this comment. What's cracking? Right, the chat's popping today. Shit.
Indeed, it is. Just from the get-go, we'll get to them in just a second. First of all, we would like to bring on a special guest that we have not had in quite in a while. Come to think of it, this might have been. I think this is her show to begin with.
Yeah, it really was. Kind of hijacked the show a little bit.
Yeah, and she had a change of schedule and all this kind of stuff, and so then she was with her work. She is back with us tonight. Everybody, we got Jamie back. How's it going, Jamie?
Hey guys.
Yeah,
I had last couple of weeks. I've been getting off a little bit early, so I've been kind of seeing if this is going to be a trend to see what's going to be going on. And so I hit up the guys to see if I could pop on tonight because I got off a couple hours ago and I am ready to talk some football.
Nice.
Yeah, we got like kind of a lot. Yeah, no, originally this kind of started, if you really want to know a little bit of the story, is it started as Good Morning Niner Empire. Because I would go to Jamie and I basically be like, hey, we got all these press conferences, we got all this shit. Let's put out a little hey, I'm drinking my morning cup of coffee. Let's talk some Niner football. And that got to be kind of too much. Just where NFR was at that time being and how much we depended on Jamie to hold it down. It just became too much. So we changed it to the Friday recap. Like, hey, we'll just recap the whole week. And then, kind of evolved from there. Good to have you back on, love. Yeah, no, this is
for sure. And it's been a minute since all three of us have been on the same show too.
Yeah.
So this should be a lot of fun.
Let alone just you, but all three of us actually able to get on at one time. It's been probably last off season?
Yeah, sometimes likely off season.
Yep.
Well, look at speaking of the chat is popping. Let's go through and say hello to everybody. First off, we got John LaJoy. How's it going, brother? Also, another one of our YouTube content creators. Hey, John, I know you're up here with me. Are you as cold as I am right now? Because it is freezing. For those of you who don't know, it's like
it's been even cold here in the Bay.
It's like 10 degrees plus the wind chill. It is freezing outside here.
Funny enough, the computer literally says 49 degrees.
But we got BC, the Mean Supreme, up in here. Also, another content creator. How's it going, my brother? All right, we got John J with 49ers Ultimate Report. Again, another content creator. How's it going, my brother? We got Bebop. Bebop. So met you, talked with you for the first time a couple weeks ago. It's nice to hear. Nice to finally meet.
BBNG, brother.
Yep, BBNG. We got Dawn. How's it going, girl? Scroll down here. We got Randy, the elite, who we'll get back to you, Randy. You got some explaining to do, Randy.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do, bro.
Who else we got down here?
All the beaches.
We got Tommy. How's it going on, brother?
What's up, Fairy?
Yeah, what's up, Fairy?
Hello.
We got Berto in the house. How's it going, Berto?
Berto.
We got Miss Tony in the house. We got BC and TC.
BC and TC, I like that.
And we got favorite Bubba.
Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing? No, that's a homie from Facebook. What's cracking, bro? Finally get you on. Oh, bro, why didn't you just say what's up, bro? Why didn't you say what's up? You saw me. I must have not saw you, bro. Like, yeah, I definitely was at the game last week. Anyway, Jason, do you want to get this cracking or no?
Yeah. So first off, it's really late getting. Hold on, let me get the wife in here.
Okay.
Woman.
Let me go get something to open this. Oh,
what's up, David? How's it going, my brother?
Hello.
For those that don't know, when David shows up, we have to play our favorite intro.
Hey, love it. Right back.
All right. So finally got TJ his Christmas gift. So
nice.
He's going to be opening it here in just a second. My wife made him something. Who?
Oh,
wife?
Very cool.
Hello, random people.
Hello.
You want to go get something?
1 second. I'm going to grab something real quick. Hold on.
Let's see. Randy is.
I walk in, they both walk away.
I know. You scared them off, which is typical.
Hmm.
All right. Come on, TJ. Don't take too long. Hey, man, don't be too shy. Just show up. It's easy once you get to monk everybody and we just start talking. It's all good, man.
It's all good.
Hey, what the hell?
What, did you open it already?
No, I didn't open it. Okay, first of all. But what's the purpose of bubble tape that doesn't pop? Like what can I do with this?
I did not pack this.
All right, let me see. Hold on. All right,
Then we got CarCast in the house. How's it going, my brother? Also, another YouTube content creator.
All right, let's unwrap it.
Let's see what you get.
How's it, Tony?
Oh, this one can pop. Okay.
You can let the kids in.
Hey! Dad, hold on. I don't see it all the way, but I see what it is. And hold on.
Don't break it trying to get to it, though.
I know, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I do need to be careful with this. Hey, that's fucking sick, bruh.
You gotta put it there.
Oh, that's cool.
Sick. Bruh, thank you so much. I love it. You know what we feel?
He loves it.
No,
Show it to the camera. Show it so everybody can see it. So she made
that is cool.
She made him a little resin clock with our logo and everything on it.
I love it.
Very cool.
Oh, that's
batteries
sick.
Not included.
Yeah, batteries not included. Don't trip. We got plenty of batteries. I'm gonna go show Bubby. Actually know exactly where we're gonna put it, and it's funny enough.
It's probably gonna have to sit on like one of those like plate display things.
I got you, bro. I know exactly where to put it and what to do with it. I'm gonna go hand it to wifey. Thank you so much. Love it.
Thank you so much. Love it.
Hey, Ben.
All right. And also, once we hit, I don't know, what was your count, babe?
25 likes, and I'll make a clock for a giveaway.
If we can get 25 likes on this video, she will do another clock to give away to somebody else. It won't be the exact same one because we're going to save that design for members of NFR, but it'll probably be some sort of a niner type thing. So yeah, get some likes on this one, and maybe we'll give that away.
For sure. The chat is popping.
Yes.
Very, very cute.
So for this week's drink, I'm just rehashing some drinks because I got quite a bit of alcohol in my fridge from all this season. I'm doing some Tanqueray, a little limeade, a little club soda.
Nice.
Let's see. Ooh, Miss Teresa, how's it going? Look who we got down. Look who we brought back.
Hey. Hey.
All right, so he's back.
The door.
Didn't take myself off the camera.
And then I have the same clock, by the way. She made the same one for me.
Yeah, I got it when you said one of a kind. Actually, it's kind of what because I looked at my girl and she goes, "Babe, what do you think it is?" I said, "Legitly," I said it's either something Potter or something Niners. I said she said she made Jason the same thing. I said, so I was like, I guess my guess would be Niners. But
we're also just as much a big Potterheads as you guys are, so it could have been Potter.
Yeah, no, and that's what I said, and I said, I okay. So secretly, I can tell you. So I told my girl, I said, Jason thought I was a Ravenclaw. I said, so I think why it's late is I said what happened is I think it's something HP, and he was like, yeah, make it a Ravenclaw. Found out I was a Slytherin and was like, oh shit, babe, we got to make him something Slytherin. I said I legitly thought that's what it was. And so I was like, I was kind of leading a little more HP, but I love it, bro, because, I've been on this real big, the reason why I started, for the faithful, by the faithful clothing and everything. I've just been on this real big, like a YG song said, fuck wearing the clothes, I wear my own shit. So I was kind of like, I've been on this real big kick of like, paying people to advertise their shit type of thing, and so getting an NFR custom clock, like truthfully, honestly, I'd rather have that than a 9 o'clock, honestly.
And so if we get 25 likes on this video, I don't know if you heard that part, she will make a custom one for a giveaway soon.
Awesome. So 25 likes on this video. Like I said, we're definitely trying to eventually, the three of us and Kim we'll all try to sit down at once. That seems to never work out. So maybe it might have to be individually. But we're going to try to get together. Let us know in the comments. Hit up Jason on our social medias. It'll most likely be Jason you talk to. Hit me up. Jamie's not really on social like that, but I mean, I'm sure if you hit her up, she'll holler.
I have a Twitter. If you got, I'll plug myself at the end. But if you want to hit me up on my Twitter, feel free to hit me up on my. I have like a Niner Twitter.
Any type of things you want, like autographed jerseys are a little difficult to get. Like I ain't gonna lie, y'all ain't getting. There's a 49er group we're a part of. I know they're gonna watch the video. What's up, y'all? They're giving away a Debo and or a Jerry Rice autographed jersey. Like if I get a Jerry Rice jersey, fuck y'all, I'm keeping that shit. Like, okay, I don't even have a Jerry Rice autographed jersey for myself. Y'all ain't getting that shit. But anyway, what's our first subject, Jason? Oh yeah, what we're drinking?
Yeah, I got my Tanqueray, little limeade, little club soda.
I like that. That sounds good.
It's not bad.
Same as always, just my Shirley Temple.
Like I said, I've got way too much alcohol in my little fridge over here, and I need to just rehash a few things.
The Shirley Temple. That's why I made the Shirley Temple with. Yeah, I told my girl
I had Cherry Grenadine in there, and I didn't think of grabbing it until right after I logged on.
Well, for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be us. We are going to be sitting at home, chilling, literally chilling, because I don't know if you've looked at some of the temperatures for some of these games. It's going to be fucking cold out there.
It's going to be gnarly.
But yeah, so I think Debo was like, yeah, I'm going to be chilling on my couch just watching these games. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Sitting there watching these teams play.
Practice wrapped up today. I know we had 2 practices today. They went hard. I don't know. I said it on Tuesday. I don't know how you felt, Jamie, but I rock Shirley Temples in a big ass blunt. Oh, all right, Andre Nicotina. Calm down, Nicotina. I want to see if Randy gets that reference. But I thought that this week and how we handled this week was going to be one of the most important factors to us ending the quest for 6.
Yeah,
because if you're sitting on the couch eating potato chips and not doing shit, then David McNair with the cold, freezy faces. I felt like if you're chilling on the couch eating potato chips, then this bye week doesn't help you. But from what everybody said, it was 2 full seed practices.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep the some moment. Obviously, you don't go 110% kind of thing like you would if it was a game week or anything, but you definitely need to keep up with some of that intensity because you don't want to get too soft in that week off. It's almost 2 weeks off for some of these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, how about
I agree.
the almost month off for Juwan Jennings? How about the almost
month off Eric Armstead?
Month off Eric Armstead. George Odom was about midway through the season?
Yep.
He got hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm down for some wings and fries.
Wings and fries?
Good. No, we do not want Wingstop. Wingstop is terrible. I'm sorry. I will never try Wingstop. Wingstop is trash.
That's all right. Rest versus rust. Well, that's what I was talking about, Tommy. We're chilling eating potato chips, or the famous picture with the New York Giants where they're all on a boat and what was it, Cabo or whatever. Then I think this hurts us. But from what I understand, ain't nobody. And the thing that I always say is when I shared, and the message I'm hearing from a lot of players this week, and just since we clinched the playoff berth, is like, we've been here before. This isn't a big deal. Like winning the division, cool, awesome. Yay, we won the division. Like, bro, I've been here, done that.
Yep.
And so I feel like the best thing that you could do this time of week is remember that. Remember ultimately, 3 out of 4 years in the NFC Championship game. All these cool things are now Kyle's like the longest tenured coach in Niner history. I think like 3rd in wins or something like that. He's starting to get these accolades, but hasn't won a championship. So I don't know about y'all, because ultimately I think we're rolling through the NFC. I think if that's one thing that we got away from this football team, is that we dominate the NFC. The AFC is what I think is going to give us a little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for transactions this week, I guess you could say congratulations goes out to Adam Peters, who was the assistant GM with us, is now the GM of the Washington Commanders, which is kind of weird right now because that means they have 2 GMs currently. So their current GM hired him to be a GM. So it's kind of a weird situation. I don't know if that other guy is going to get promoted to like what John Lynch is as like president of football operations. Is he leaving? And then Adam Peters is going to help hire somebody else. But congratulations to him. Sucks to see him go. But, if we weren't going to give him, why we didn't just promote him when we promoted John Lynch to president of football operations, I don't understand. So that makes me think that I know he's gotten credit for a lot of our later round picks, but did he? Like I said, that's just, makes me wonder what's going on with, why he wasn't just promoted or just saying, hey, you keep this title, but we'll pay you like a GM.
All I know is that he's involved, and everybody keeps on. I know one of the tweets one of the things that Jamie shared in the chat when we were talking about it a little bit this afternoon, said that he was smitten by Trey Lance. I know that it's, to me, does this really change anything in the 2024, 2025, 2026 Niners? No, probably not. But I saw that one, and that's a good plan, bro. To me, what's concerning to me is we win the championship this year. Then why is John Lynch doing this? To win 2, to win 3, to win 4? Why is this takes away the
what he did as a player?
I mean, I get it, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't. Tim Kawakami went on Haberman and Middlecoff and said that John Lynch essentially said he's not going to be in this in a lifer, because a lot of what John Lynch's job is to do is to calm Kyle down.
Yeah. And we've talked about it before, where he's kind of almost that mouthpiece that deflects everything from going to Kyle a lot.
Yeah.
The punchy board, the to be what when Kyle says, I ain't got time for this shit,
Yeah.
That's his job. And he said it wears on him. He said there's been several times when I say come to blows, not like they're about to box, but he's had to get between, Saleh and Kyle Shanahan before and just, calm things down. And look, I mean, Eagle fans have their own things to be worried about right now. Like, I would not want to live in Philadelphia right now.
We'll get to that game.
Anyway, so what worries me about this is, so what's the plan now? John Lynch wins a championship this year. Even if he comes back and says, I want to go at it again. I want to win 2 championships as a GM and 1 as a player. I want to up my player. He's not a lifer. What losing Adam Peters does is take away from the natural successor to John Lynch. If John Lynch decides to leave, if Jed won't pay him a king's ransom, if Jed won't match his salary from Amazon or whatever broadcasting company's coming after him next, what's our plan then? What reputable GM is going to want to essentially have Kyle Shanahan be his boss?
Well, you can always get some former player. If you want someone just like John Lynch, you find someone else who's
Richard Sherman,
well-spoken. I'm sorry,
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, like someone like a Richard Sherman could easily, to be fair, I think he'd be better at that job than John Lynch. No offense to John Lynch, but Sherman's a much better at speaking than John Lynch is, which says a lot, because John Lynch is actually a very good speaker. But Sherman's just on another level when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I mean, you would want somebody of that rep to take that position.
Yeah, no, it's a blow. And I mean, there's a chance. Oh, okay. Everybody's Adam Peters first. This is the one I was trying to get to.
Well, I think the thing is we're gonna definitely find out how much actual input he had in those later round picks once we get into some drafts coming up. Because if he was as influential, and as involved in those picks as people are making it out to seem, then it is a huge loss. And I don't doubt that, because he was very much the natural next selection to be GM. And maybe he just got, because I believe he also got extra stuff with Washington. I think I saw somewhere where he's also going to be football operations or something like that. He's got extra responsibilities over there, and maybe that is something that he wanted that he wasn't going to get here in the Bay. So we don't know. I just think I do think that it is a big blow, and I think we will find out very quickly how, with the later round picks, how much he had influence over those picks and what he was actually super involved in, because it's a big process regardless. So
and I think that's one of the problems with slide him to John Lynch, the president of football operations, Adam Peters, the GM. Was Adam Peters ultimately, while John Lynch was here, going to get final say on draft picks? Was he going to be able to negotiate players' contracts? Was he going to be able to do these things? Probably not, unless John Lynch was willing to give up those, which honestly, I would have preferred to see that. If you told me, hey, John Lynch takes a step back from draft day duties and all that, player negotiations, focuses on running the football operations and scouting departments and things of that nature, and Adam Peters runs the draft, I ultimately think that's what I wanted to see and hoped would have happened before we got to this point.
Well, you were talking about a natural order of things. Well, we do have somebody named Tariq Ahmad, who is right now our director of college scouting, who would be a natural selection to just move up the ladder a little bit to go into being, the GM, still keep that scouting thing and everything like what we had with Adam Peters and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, we do have a replacement in-house with it.
I'd be curious if that's what you see this year, and he starts to be more involved with the draft and starts to be developed a little bit as we prepare. Actually, I don't know if you have a slide for that. I know that this isn't necessarily Niner news, and let's be real, I mean, he coached us 10 years ago, but big shout out to Harbs.
I didn't, but I was going to mention him.
Big shout out to Harbs. Can finally shake off he can't win the big one. His teams never show up in the big games and everything like that. A rare company. I wouldn't know. Oh no, he never did win a Super Bowl as a player. But I know he's still one of the only very few to have gone to a Super Bowl and gone to a national championship.
Yeah, that's a very short list to begin with.
Yeah, so look, out of obviously, and yet again, we might get to this, might not, but as we went through this big transition to NFL, last couple of years we got rid of, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, let's be real, Jason. Some of these quarterbacks that have retired over the last couple of years make up your and I's most of our life at that point. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees.
Like we talked about in there, Bill Belichick has been part of the Patriots organization for 24 years. That's most of the time as a fan I've been like really into it and stuff like that. It's like that's huge for me. It's like damn, that puts me at 20 years old, which is about most times, depending on what you got. That's an average time where you really start getting into stuff, just general in life. It's just like, damn, that guy's been around since I was in college, winning Super Bowls and shit.
Depending on the time of year he was actually hired, I might not even have been out of middle school.
Yeah,
like I was either in 8th grade or had just graduated middle school. So we're talking about all my college life or all my high school life, right? The couple years that I skipped college, all through going through college, just all these, my kids being born, everything. It was Bill Belichick and Tom Brady in the league. So,
Brother Bash, how's it doing, my man? Thank you for showing up.
Because, see, I don't think we're going to see it, Bash. Thanks for joining the show. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see a difference in the 2024 draft. Where I'm curious is as we slowly start to transition, and is this how do we sustain after John Lynch, after Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle's going to coach this team for 30 years? I mean, he's at 7. You figure
I think now he is the fourth or
seventh, fourth, he's in the middle. He's
fourth longest tenured coach in Niner history. I believe Harbaugh, George Seifert, and Bill Walsh are the only ones above him.
I want to say he's like 4th or 5th on the list of current NFL coaches too.
Yeah, he's on current. He's like, it's him and McVay who are like 4th and 5th or something like that.
Because they both got hired the same year.
Obviously, the longest tenure.
I mean, Kyle could. He's still young. He could coach for a while. I think the thing is like we're also not saying they're trying to take all of our position coaches. Like all the teams are wanting to interview everybody, and so I think that just speaks to what Kyle and John have done and the people that they brought over to the Niners to and what they've done for coaches' careers, you know, because like Robert Saleh got a shot up in New York. D'Amico Ryans is down in Houston, made a playoff
coach of the year,
playoffs his first year, and got CJ Stroud. Like that's insane. And so like, yeah, I mean, it is something to think about, but I still think that Kyle has a long time, and I do think that Kyle wants to win championships here in the Bay, you know. So like, I think this Adam Peters thing is huge, but I do think with the culture that they built here, I think we'll be all right. So I'm not like too concerned, you know. It's a bummer, it's a big loss, but I think we'll be okay.
I just want to say what's up to the Instagram people that we got watching. Thank you for watching. Sorry, did not mean to ignore you guys for so long. But if you were over on Instagram, please jump over to YouTube because only the people whose names show up on the YouTube channel will be going for the jersey show, the jersey giveaway here shortly. So speaking of that, let's
Facebook as well. Facebook as well.
Yeah. Just YouTube.
Facebook I'm saying if you're on Facebook, on Instagram, go ahead and jump over to YouTube if you want to qualify for the jersey giveaway that Jason's filling to do. What were you gonna say, Jamie?
I don't remember. I lost my train of thought. Oh. It's all good.
Happens to me all the time.
All right, let's pop over to the next one. So we got the injury report for some of these guys. We got Greg Odom or George Odom. His practice window is open again, so he's going to be coming back. Way overdue. We definitely need him back. Eric Armstead finally back to practicing. Hasn't fully practiced yet from what I've been seeing and what's been reported, but he's slowly ramping up. So I would expect, next week he's full go. Cleveland Farrell's out multiple weeks with that knee injury that just kind of happened. Nobody ever remembers actually seeing it. All everybody remembers is seeing him being carted off the field. But it sounds like the only chance he would probably come back is maybe Super Bowl. Before then, probably it doesn't look too good for before then.
Do we know what kind of injury it is?
I haven't seen anything other than just knee injury.
I mean, that's all you're gonna really get this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because everybody was like, it's an ACL or it's a.
I mean, that's the way.
Like right off the bat, and then Kyle comes out saying it's not. So I was just curious, what it could be.
Like it is.
That's what interests me the most too. I mean, you see a man get carted off the field. Like, come on, we've all watched football long enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a knee, and he got carted off the field. Like,
it's an ACL.
Yeah, everybody's like, what? Yeah. So, and then with me, the one that me and TJ hit this point, Juwan Jennings, after what feels like a month being in the concussion protocol, is finally ready to go. Like I said, to me, that says either he's had concussions before that he didn't quite know or that weren't caught, or he really got his bell rung. And I don't remember seeing, because he's usually the one that rings bells. His isn't usually the one that gets wrong.
There's had to be accumulation of something. And you and I have talked about this, Jason, on the various shows that we've talked about it. Once you get one, it's easier to get two. Once you get two, it's easier to get three. And so with the physicality he plays with, that
stays on the field because of that physicality. That's what makes him third and one. Yeah, exactly. Let's be real. Y'all know how much I loved KB. Makes me not miss KB.
Yeah.
KB is part Samoan like me, so damn, I always get down with my Samoan people. And it's like, KB who?
Yeah, KB who?
Yeah.
So that's good to hear. All right. And then the yearly poaching of our staff. Stop fucking touching our people. They already took Adam Peters. Sideline Steve Wilks has been requested for the 2 interviews with the Falcons and the Chargers. And then our offensive passing specialist, Clint Kubiak, has been requested to interview with the Bears. Now, if Steve Wilks was to leave this year, because even though with him being a minority, we would not get the draft pick because you have to acquire 2 years in order for that to get that draft pick. So even though we have that, I want to call it, the pipeline of putting minorities in places and then getting them. So, I mean, he would not qualify for that back. That was a 3rd round draft pick, third round comp pick.
Yep.
And then obviously with Clint Kubiak, we're not getting anything back with him.
Nope.
I mean, Clint Kubiak, cool, awesome. Like, okay, if losing Clint Kubiak has any type of effect on our offense, we got some issues. Let's be real. We pay Kyle to be the offense. So
yeah,
there should be no offense at this point. I can understand once you whack McDaniels and LaFleur, some of the people he'd always been with. But at this point, having adjusted and been without them, no, there should be no offensive staff we use that have that affects. Is losing Steve Wilks? I've heard this question thrown around. Will the Niners be sad to see Steve Wilks go?
Yes and no.
Because my whole thing is, so who are you going to bring in? Who are you going to bring in that's available now that wasn't available last year that you either skipped out or thought Steve Wilks was better than? Who?
You throw an enormous amount of money at Bill Belichick. I'm being serious.
I know you are. I know.
It's not going to happen.
Why?
It's not. There's rumors that Belichick is. There's rumors for Belichick that there's a team that he would like to go to that hasn't fired their head coach yet. So it's rumors. So I don't know if it's legit.
Like 49ers in that category.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's probably the Cowboys. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's
my guess. But yeah, I don't know. Like,
I mean, to get to your point, David, I believe that because same with Steve Wilks. Same why, let's be real, Robert Saleh and D'Amico both stayed another year. Because if you're Clint Kubiak, you've got CMC still under contract. You've got Brock, who you would assume would only be better, with another year under his belt. You've got Debo, assuming BA comes back. BA comes back with an extension. Well, he would be back regardless because he'd be on his 5th year. We still have his 5th year option.
Yeah.
So BA isn't a free agent next year. He would still be on the team. I believe your stock's only going to go up because there's no reason to believe that this offense wouldn't be one of the more productive offenses in the NFL. And Kubiak and those type of level of staff are all you're going to get because the only other person on the offense that would be able to get is Chris Forrester, our O-line coach, which he's not going anywhere, and Kyle. There's only not that many, coaching staff or coaches on offense.
Yeah,
people are going to be interested in.
Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I really agree. I mean, the Bears are a hot mess right now that we know. They have a lot of rebuilding that they want to do if they want to get anywhere. So I just and this is just me personally, but you have the chance to come back to a stable team, build off of what you've been doing, and with really good players, in a good position, and in a good division. I would just say one more year, put up more good stuff out there, work your resume more, get more experience, and then check what your options are at the end of the year, I don't know. I think it would be smart to stay, but
because
DeMeco's doing great and he stayed twice. Robert Saleh is had some bad luck up in New York, so like I'm just gonna say that in
he
some
screwed
regards.
up thinking Zach Wilson was gonna be somebody.
There's that, but he had bad luck with the Aaron Rodgers thing. I'll give him that. Yeah. Well, see, so like,
this is the thing I say about it is because I knew somebody who's so Bubby's last boyfriend before, or second to last major boyfriend before me was a diehard Patriots fan, and I remember she used to tell me her ex would always say, you know, if Tom Brady got hurt, what would, you know, the Patriots do? And he would say, oh, we got Jimmy Garoppolo and everything. But that's what happens when you put your faith in an old quarterback, right? So what happens when Aaron Rodgers is 37, 38?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of what happens when you're 37 and 38. You kind of get injured. You know, I mean, Father Time's undefeated, right? Not everybody. There's a reason that Tom Brady is a freak athlete playing until he was 44.
Yeah.
You know, that's why that doesn't happen. And ultimately, I personally will say this. I think one of the biggest reasons I believe DeMeco is a better coach than Robert Saleh.
I'll give you that.
But I believe ultimately the difference between there's a lot of people, I guess, in New York saying that, you know, fire Robert Saleh. I will say this: the difference between, I believe, the success of that DeMeco Ryans is having and the let's be real, kind of failure that Robert Saleh has been in New York is the quarterback. DeMeco picks CJ Stroud. Saleh, which by the way, not Saleh's choice. We don't, you know, he's not the GM. He doesn't pick the players. But they got Zach Wilson. I think if Zach Wilson would have been something, you know, and CJ Stroud was a bust, you know, Robert Saleh might have been, you know, coach of the year this year.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lot of luck.
Amount of like luck in some of those not luck, but like it's a little bit of a gamble when you choose these players because you just no matter how sure of a fire, stuff can happen. You know, never again, especially if we go out and we end the quest for 6. Never again can we talk about the draft not being a gamble when we literally won a draft pick or a Super Bowl with the last fucking pick.
The last pick.
Like you can never talk about how, you know, the draft's a complete fucking, you know.
Yep.
So speaking of draft picks, I wanted to end this part of the show with talking about everybody who has basically said, get rid of Jake Moody. He's a complete bust. So this is Jake Moody and his stats so far this year. 84%, pretty damn good. 60 of 61 on his extra points, including 60 in a row, which is, you know, the NFL record. So let me ask you guys. Jamie, are you confident in Jake Moody? Yes or no?
Am I confident in Jake Moody?
Yes.
Yeah.
TJ?
I wouldn't say confident, but look, I think he's been fine.
He goes out to kick a 45-yard field goal. Are you good?
No, but were you confident if Robbie Gould went out and kicked a 45-yard?
We're not talking about Robbie Gould. It's Jake Moody.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's does it look pretty? Are you confident? Is it a surefire thing?
Brian, you're gonna love this comparison when we get to the couple slides from now.
But like, I just and this is what I hate, because nobody's having this conversation. If Jake Moody had never lined up for that extra point, or we had happened just to go for 2, and he never missed that field goal, nobody's talking about this.
We're also not having this conversation if he wasn't because of his draft stats. Let's be honest. All of this comes down to if we had pulled him off the street somewhere Week 6, nobody gives a shit. It's his draft status.
Exactly.
So this is what Jake Moody is this year. I'm gonna show you guys next. This is what Robbie Gould was last year. Does that not look awfully familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Haberman and Middlecoff had brought this up, and they said it's not the fact that Robbie didn't ever miss kicks. It wasn't the fact. It was the missing the 2 kicks in the same game. And what I would tell you is, okay, so then your problem isn't with Jake Moody. Your problem is he isn't veteran enough. Because, why was Robbie Gould able to how many times have I brought this up this season when we talked about Robbie Gould or Jake Moody this year, Jason? People forget the whole reason that Raider game went to overtime was because Robbie missed a game-winning kick. People seem to forget that. But Robbie had been around the NFL enough to realize what he did, realize he stepped too far, that the ball is going to naturally hook. So I'm always like this. My attitude, y'all. You can get rid of, I watch this franchise get rid of Joe Montana, Ronnie Lott, and Jerry Rice. Okay? So we can get rid of anybody. We can get rid of anybody. Who the fuck are you going to get that's better?
And by the way, Robbie Gould had tried out for somebody a couple weeks ago and actually got beat out. So he was probably just chilling on his couch, I would think. So everybody was just saying, call Robbie Gould now. I don't think that's the smartest idea.
Before that, what was the last time you think Robbie Gould legitimately lined up and tried to kick a field goal for practice or whatever? Honestly, what last year?
It's been a while.
Girls game, or the Eagles game. And I don't know if we kicked the field goal. Did we kick a field goal last year's championship game? No, because we only scored a touchdown.
Yeah, we kicked field goals. So the next slide is what I'm going to show you guys for something that happened in 1994. We also had a rookie kicker. Look at those percentages. Granted, he didn't kick as many field goals, kicked just about as many extra points. And then in the playoffs, it was 2 for 3. We won a Super Bowl that season with a kicker who was having you could almost say a comparable season. A little bit less, a little bit lighter on the field goals, but just as many points. Because why? It's not his fault that the offense was scoring that many points that year. It's not Jake Moody's points or fault that the offense is putting up touchdown after touchdown. This is just the way it goes.
Jake Moody is my kicker. My TL voice.
That's my kicker.
That's my kicker. Anyway, so has never been uttered by an NFL player in the fucking history. Anyway, yeah. Let's be real. Guess what? We won the Super Bowl that year 49-26. All right. We won the Super Bowl 49-26 again. Does it matter if Jake Moody misses 3 fucking field goals? No. I honestly believe that's what Kyle would tell you. Sure. Did he look frustrated on Sunday? Yes, he did. Is he a little bit nervous of, us getting booted out of the first round going to wind up on my rookie kicker making a kick? But ultimately, if I want to say this, respecting all teams that are in the playoffs, just because, we're always, what's so fun? We're always told playoff games kind of close.
What are you doing over there, man? No,
that was not me.
That's my cat's food. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, over here, fucking demon possessed Mike and shit.
So sorry. I was literally about to mute it and it went off too quickly.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, fine. Jake Moody lines up for a 45-yard game-winning field goal and hooks it 15 yards right. Are we all going to, Moody sucks, and God, what the fuck were we thinking? Yeah, but you know what? Ultimately, any team, whether it be the Yams, the Cry Girls, any team we could possibly play in the division round, that we have no business letting that game come down to a field goal. Like, I'm sorry, we're letting us versus Tampa Bay come down to Jake Moody field goal to win it. Us versus Tampa Bay. Sure, possible, but I just don't believe that we couldn't play clean 49er football. Playoff, like, wow, this team is firing on all cylinders. They look amazing, just like they did last time out of the bye, right? Like, let's take it back to the last time we seen this team come out of a bye. We, by the way, off of a loss also. I just, if this team is what we think it is, then no, there's no team we're playing in the divisional round that should come off that the game should come down to a Jake Moody field goal. Shit, honestly, except for Detroit, maybe the NFC Championship shouldn't come down to a fucking Jake Moody field goal.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Is like the game shouldn't come down to a field goal, and Moody is a rookie, and he's missed kicks this season, but that's just normal. Like Robbie Gould being so consistent with his field goals was a not super common thing. Like kickers miss field goals every once in a while. So it's going to happen. And Moody hasn't really missed a field goal from that Minnesota Cleveland time, those 2 weeks, till the LA Rams game, this final one. Yeah. So it's going to happen. I think Moody is going to be totally fine. I'm not like, am I going to be nervous if he has to line up to kick a field goal? A little bit. But I do feel like I would with Robbie too, even though Robbie was considered like automatic,
Well, you felt automatic about Robbie after he made it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it is because I ain't gonna lie, every time that Greg Papa was like, Robbie Gould never missed in the playoffs, I was like, shut up, nigga, you're jinxing him. Like, I always hated when he did it with Jake Moody's extra points. And I mean, I feel Detroit versus Niners NFC Championship game. Dude, my mother would hate that because I wouldn't talk to her for like the whole week. Anyway, for those who don't know, my mother's from Detroit. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I find it very, very hard to think that really any of these teams should come down to against us to come down to the field goal. Because if it does, then we're not playing 49er football. We're not playing clean football. And then ultimately, we're not the team that we think that should be winning the Super Bowl. We're not that team. If a game against the Buccaneers is coming down to a field goal, we're not that team this week.
Yep.
All right, folks. So it's about 7 o'clock, and I said we were going to do the jersey giveaway about 7 o'clock. So I'm going to show a different screen right now.
Hey. After this, I do have to dip. Let me know when we're done. So,
okay, so these are the people who I have in chat right now. So if your name is not on this list, let me know and I can put you in. We'll give it a couple minutes before we do this.
Cool.
I want to mollywop every team, make a statement. I mean,
yes, that would be great to do.
Let's be real. We hear playoff games. I mean, 2019, were any of the playoffs besides the Super Bowl close? No. 2021, we boat loaded the Cry Girls, and then it got a little funky towards the end. I ain't gonna lie. We won in Green Bay on luck. But let's be real. Every home playoff game that's been at Levi Stadium, except last year versus the Cry Girls, we've whooped that ass. Because we whooped that She-Cock ass last year, and the only home playoff game that we haven't blown teams out was last year versus the Cry Girls. I'm back. What did I miss? Did you get Niner Ultimate Report in there?
Yep, I got John Jay on there. Again, if your name is not on this list, we're going to be starting this here in about a minute or so for the jersey.
What did I do? What was funny? What, am I talking shit? I'm too real for people. That's what it is, bro. I think I'm too real.
All right, so we got 14 people's on the list. Let's go ahead and just get this started.
That's a good number. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
All right, we will do a 2-minute race, you guys think?
Yeah. Okay,
All
2-minute race.
Let's
All right,
go.
good luck to everybody. We're getting a free jersey. And here we go.
And we got John LaJoy in the lead, followed closely by BC. BC shortly followed by. I don't know. I can't do it, bro. I'm not good.
Carcass is in the lead, slightly over John J, with John L coming in third. Pulling up the back, we got Teresa and Tommy. You guys might want to get going. Carcass taking over John J. And John L going up. I think he's got a slight lead over Carcass right now. Bebop making
it. Bebop's coming in hot.
One's coming in.
Bebop takes the lead.
Oh, who's this?
BC. BC coming up.
BC is popping up.
Bash is coming
up. Bash making a move. Miss Teresa and Tony also making a move now.
Tony's up neck to neck with Carcass. Passing Carcass and Tony.
Randy
coming up to Randy.
Bash in the lead.
Teresa's still going up.
Yeah,
Teresa. Vader making a.
Teresa. Tommy and Beto.
John J now making a comeback. Berto coming out of nowhere from behind, starting on him and Tommy finally moving up a little bit.
Vader is coming up, pushing up high.
Oh, he's slowing down. Vader taking a good lead. Berto pushing up with Bebop up front as well. Down to about 40 seconds. Berto
fell back. Damn, Miss Teresa, I thought you were going to win it. Beto
in the lead. Look at Tommy's making a move. Same thing with Don down there. We got 30 seconds left. Oh, Carcass and Miss Teresa moving up.
Tommy, I thought Tommy was out of it. But Tommy's falling back a little bit now.
Look, Don's taking a move.
Don, I think Don's going to take it.
Vader coming back, pushing. It's going to come down between Don and Vader. Can Vader make it last second? Oh, my God.
Tony's coming up.
Tony's pushing it. Randy.
Oh, look at Randy.
Oh, wait.
Randy.
Randy, are you in here?
That's like the best comment.
Hey, bro. Everybody's like, I want Randy's duck tested for steroids.
Congrats to Randy on getting the. As long as he's in here, where you at, Randy?
Yeah, where you at?
Randy, in here?
Randy, let us know you're in here, bro. Hey, Moody, bro. I'm tired of hearing fucking quack.
Do we know who was second, just in case?
No,
not anymore.
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
You know what? Randy comes in enough. We'll just go. I didn't mean to hit that, but
yeah.
Randy comes in enough. He supports us. We'll just go ahead and I'll get in touch with Randy.
All right.
Awesome. You know that was a little fun. We should definitely do that again for all of them. For all
of them. There's other stuff you could do, but again, congrats to Randy. So TJ, you're taking off, right?
Yeah. Let me know when y'all done so I can put it up as a podcast. Before we get out of here, just let me do this real quick for y'all. My bad. You said you have to be present. Miss Teresa throwing the rule books. We'll discuss it. Help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is available in the description of this podcast or video. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio. Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to the show. We will not be having any game days off. You actually have all your 3 game day shows hosts actually right here, right now. That's kind of funny. This is actually all 3 game day show hosts, but we will not be doing it. We will be returning next week.
Yep.
Whether it be Saturday or Sunday, let's be realistic. Probably Saturday. We'll probably play.
You think it'll be
and
Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Saturday. We're going to play. Lastly, rest and recovery is the promo code for this week for 20% off all season 3 for the faithful by the faithful apparel. So I guess Jamie, nice having you on the show again. We're definitely going to be doing hopefully this more often, and I'll see you Tuesday, bro.
Deuces. Enjoy the
Let
game.
Me know when y'all done.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put in the link for anybody who wants to jump in with us.
Sounds good.
There it is. Jamie's going to be hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on here, but if you guys want to jump in the chat with me and
I'm
Jamie,
here forever long you guys want to be here. I'm chilling. I'm having fun.
I'm actually going to be right. I'll go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
All right, so we got
Fan Talk Sports.
Oh, what's up, John Jay? I didn't notice with the different name you got on there.
My bad. I got me a second YouTube channel. Let me change it. I do,
man.
I do stuff with YTC and his friends. So,
gotcha.
All right.
What are you up to tonight, John Jay?
Nothing much. Just watching the show.
Chilling.
Yep. My little duck almost won.
Almost.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm not salty. I'm glad Randy won.
Oh, man.
Yep.
So for the rest of the stuff I was going to bring up, let me pull this up. We got the Packers and the Cowboys. So my thoughts on this game. So more than likely, if the Packers win and beat the Cowboys, I believe we're going to be playing on the 20th is how it looks right now. Well, my wife is a cheesehead. Obviously, I'm a faithful. The Pack loses, which they probably will. I'm not getting any on my birthday, which is going to suck.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
So the last time we beat... Oh, go ahead. I said the last time that we played the Packers in the playoffs, obviously we beat them. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the game, my wife gets up, she walks into the bedroom, she slams the door. And to me, at the time, I was probably from drinking and everything. I started laughing hysterically because I think it's funny. Because, by the way, she is ultra competitive in every sort of way. So, like I said, she slams the door, which makes me laugh and I'm just like in tears. I'm laughing so hard. The next thing you know, the bed, but we've got people over, by the way, who are watching the game with us. She opens the door, pillow comes flying out, blanket comes flying out, and the door slams again. I'm like, I'm getting a good night's sleep on the couch.
Oh, no. Yeah, because I know if the Packers win against the Cowboys, I'm pretty sure we're playing them. More than likely. Yeah, because of the seating. And so I don't know who would be playing if the Cowboys end up winning.
Then it goes to a couple of different things with who's the lowest seed and everything like that.
Yeah. Yep.
John Jay, your thoughts on the game?
Well, everyone knows I don't like the Cowboys, so they can go somewhere.
Yeah.
The Packers,
I think that's most faithful have that same idea.
The Packers, for some reason, I don't hate them, but at the same time, like their fan base is a little bit more. They're a little bit nuts for some reason. So this game is a lose for me because I don't like neither team. But I would rather face the Packers because a Shanahan and LaFleur matchup, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this game comes down to is if the Packers defense just halfway shows up. Because we know the Cowboys' offense has been pretty damn good this year. But other than going to CeeDee Lamb, it hasn't done a bunch. So if they can get CeeDee Lamb going, or excuse me, if the Packers can shut down CeeDee Lamb, what else is there going to do? What else are they going to do? Mr. John LaJoy, how you doing, brother?
Doing good.
You cold?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's freezing here, man. Mm-hmm. I think they said tonight was going to be the coldest it's been in Washington State in like 20 some odd years. How's it, David?
It's good. Hasn't started snowing yet. It's supposed to get like a foot tomorrow, something like that.
Uh-oh.
It's too cold to snow here, which sounds terrible. Yeah, knock it off.
Hold on. How cold is it though? Because like too cold to snow is like less than 32 degrees, so somewhere in the 20s. It'll get to the point
10.
where it won't snow.
It's like 10. I think is what it is right now.
Yeah, that is too cold to snow here. I don't know about there though.
Yeah, it's freezing here. Like,
oh yeah.
I had to spend like about total of like 3 hours outside in the cold. I was like, oh.
According to the weather report, it's supposed to be a balmy 3 degrees when I walk out to my Jeep Monday morning, but
3 degrees.
Oh dang.
God damn.
It gets like that for like a week and then it goes away.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, David, your thoughts on the Packers-Cowboys game?
I think the Cowboys play good football at home. And the Packers not being in Lambeau, they're going to be in the warmth. So, they're going to be disabled because they're in the warmth. John Jay knows what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kidding. These guys game on Wisconsin. So there's a story behind what I just said. During the 2021 playoffs, we were going to Green Bay, right? And John Jay did a stream with these guys, Game On Wisconsin. It's a YouTube channel, and they straight up said it's too cold. You guys aren't going to be able to tackle. You're not going to be able to. It's like pretty much we're going to be disabled because it's cold. Is what they were saying. I'm like, your team has to play in the weather too, dude. It's not like we're the only football team showing up here. It was like it didn't make any sense, and we won that game. So
It's those guys. I might have them on again if the Packers win.
That was hilarious, though. That was you guys aren't gonna be able to play football. It's gonna be too cold for you. What?
Wow. Yeah, those dudes. Anyway,
but yeah, they're gonna, they're gonna be in the dome. Let's face it, Cowboy Stadium's a dome in Arlington, and honestly, both teams have a good chance to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers, they figured it out in the last half of the season what they were doing, and
Love has had a really good season.
I don't know. The Cowboys, they'll mud stomp a bad team, but against good teams, they have issues. So we'll see what happens.
As long as if you can lock up CeeDee Lamb, I don't think the rest of that offense can do much. I mean, the Packers' defense is atrocious right now. But if you shut down CeeDee Lamb, they have to rely on everybody else. And their track record for relying on everybody else isn't that good.
I think their running back, Pollard, that guy that was injured in the game against us last year in the playoffs, I think he's out. Let me check on that, though.
I haven't heard if he's out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think Jordan Love has put up pretty much better stats across the board than Rodgers did in his rookie season.
He's really, the second half of the season, he's really kind of figured it out, and the Packers are getting hot at kind of the right time right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I do think it's either team could possibly win, but I do agree with you, Jason, that if they shut down CeeDee Lamb, the Packers defense can stop him, then I don't really think there's very much else that the Cowboys offense can do. So
wow, half the Packers team is listed on the injury report.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Marcus Pollard on their injury report. I see Cooper Rush, illness.
All right. The wild card game also on Sunday. We got the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford going back to play the Lions. We're hosting their first playoff game since 1993. I think this is the one game I'm most interested in, not only because of the storylines in it, but if there's a team in the NFC I think that can beat us right now, just because of how they play and everything, I think it's the Rams.
I don't disagree with that take, to be honest.
Ooh, okay. So the Packers are going to be missing Jair Alexander, which I believe is their best corner. And they're going to be missing their running back too, A.J. Dillon.
Alexander's still making himself a captain.
It's listed as questionable, but he did not practice Thursday or Friday and was limited Wednesday.
Interesting.
I doubt he's going to play. Unless a miracle happens. You give him one of those cortisone shots or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Those things feel great afterwards, just so you know. John LaJoy, what you thought on the Lions and Rams?
Definitely going to be a good match. Sam Laporta is questionable for that game, so they're going to put in a different guy. So this is going to be definitely a good match, but I'm hoping the Lions win this game.
Me too, because my love for the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, I hope the Lions pull it out. I really do.
John J, I should say.
Yeah. This game I think is probably the most even game out of every game in the wild card round. The Rams are hot. They are 7-1 in the second half of the year. So they should have lost against the Niners, but I'm not gonna go to that rabbit hole. I'm still pissed off in that game. But when it comes to the Lions, I think 1991 was the last time they won a playoff game. And they've been in the playoffs in the 90s. I think they lost 4 playoff games in a row in the 90s. During the Matthew Stafford, which is a storyline, he's returning back to his old stomping grounds where they had Calvin Johnson. They had 2 playoff appearances in the mid to late 2000s, the 2010s. They lost those games. So it's been a long time since the team has won a playoff game. Now, this team is different. They're better. They're hungry. They're young. So it's going to be a really good game. I think it's the most exciting game out of every other game because Jared Goff is also playing his former team. So there's a lot of storylines when it comes to this game. And I cannot wait to see. I hope the Detroit Lions win. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But again, the Rams could win. Again, this is probably the most even matchup. And we'll see who has the better team. But it's going to come down to the health. If their tight end isn't playing, that gives a bit of an edge to the Rams.
I think I'm going to end up taking the Rams on this one, especially with Laporta not being able to play from what I can see. And it's hard to believe that you had those the Lions teams with Barry Sanders, and then the same Lions with Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson could never win playoff game. That's like really hard to believe that those teams had so much talent around them, and they never did anything. All right, so the last NFC team is Tampa Bay going up against the Eagles, and the Eagles, we broke them because this team has been in basically a free fall. I think they've won one game since we beat them. Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown a ball since that game because he's got the messed up middle finger. And now A.J. Brown pretty much does not want to be with the Eagles anymore. I don't know if you guys have seen, but he scrubbed all his social medias of anything that has to do with the Eagles right now.
Wow.
Talk about like an implosion of a team.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. Like, each week I'm like, it can't get any worse, and then something happens. So it's pretty funny.
Well, the thing about A.J. Brown doing that is that might just hurt his draft stock or his trade value.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he became disgruntled. How long has he been there? 2 years? 2 seasons?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do when you go to your, the next team and they do good for a couple of years and then they have a bad year? What are you going to do? Right?
He's being a little bit of a diva, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Corona, what's up, my man?
What's up, man? Pretty good. How you guys doing?
Same old, my dude.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay.
I got Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. I think most people are on that wagon with how they seem to be, or the Eagles seem to be imploding. John Jay.
Shout out to Little Sponge wherever he's at. Your Eagles are losing. Your quarterback,
where is Sponge tonight?
Your quarterback has a broken finger, and that's his throwing hand. And I try to tell him he's a good dude, but you cannot hold a football with only with 3 fingers and the thumb if you have a broken finger. So, and then they're going to put a wrap around his finger, and then of course, I think Devontae Smith or one of their receivers left the game and he's still hurt, and a lot of players on their defense is also hurt. So they're entering with a very banged up team, and they're playing against the Buccaneers, who are a dangerous team right now. Baker Mayfield, 4,000 yards passing, 28 touchdowns this season. Had a decent year. That defense is really good. So I got the Bucs.
John LaJoy.
I got the Bucs over the Eagles because I don't care for the Eagles. They just need to be wiped off of the playoffs anyway.
You just want them to be Thanos.
Yes. Snap.
Bebop, he's not out, but I think he's out mentally. He's hasn't practiced, which I haven't seen anything with him being injured. I just don't think he's wanted to go to practice, and then he's just acting like he doesn't want to be in Philadelphia anymore.
Yep.
Anybody else on this game? All right.
It's the Buccaneers are going to beat him. That's pretty much all I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we got the Steelers and the Bills. And, man, is this game going to be cold? I don't think any of us that are cold right now have anything to talk about because it's going to be like 5 degrees at the start of the game, and they're expecting wind gusts up to 65 miles an hour. That's going to be a hurricane.
Cold.
It's cold, and it's like a cold hurricane. So I don't see this ball being tossed around a whole lot. I see like Josh Allen with like 25 carries with this one.
A lot of running.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I'm obligated by my family with my brother to take the Steelers in this game. But let's be honest. This game, if this weather is this bad, this is going to be such a toss-up between these two games, or between these two teams in this game. Jamie.
Give me the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills. I just feel like the Bills are a little bit more of a solid team. I know they've struggled a lot this season. They've had a lot of ups and downs. But I think I don't know. I just think they're a little bit more of a complete team, a little bit. So I think a little bit more talented. So I think they'll just give them the edge a little bit.
And Don here is right. It's snowing so much. They've got so much snow. They're asking the fans to show up and help shovel out the stadium before the game. John Jay?
Yeah, I found out today that it's going to be like really bad, and apparently they're trying to lower ticket prices to get fans to fill the stadium. So,
we're not getting me to a game this damn cold.
So I'm still picking, like in my pick'ems, I'm still picking the Bills.
The Bills.
That's what their stadium looks like right now.
Dude, you gotta go with the Bills on this.
A ton of snow.
Wow.
No.
That's going to be one nasty game. It's going to take a while for that field to get done. But both teams should be able to handle the cold. It depends on who wants the most. So I'm taking the Steelers over the Bills right now. But it's going to be a coin flip anyway.
You're going to be out there with
because that ball is that ball is going to be coming in hot and heavy if it gets thrown.
Yeah.
David? McNiner?
I'm going with the Bills. The Bills have had a better run game, in the last quarter, we'll say, of the season. They're playing at home. The Steelers play well at home, not so much on the road. I got to go with the Bills. The Bills are a dangerous team if they're playing good and take care of the football.
They've been about as hot as the Rams have been getting into the playoffs. Yeah. They went from pretty much being out almost to making it. I mean, the Steelers kind of limped into the playoffs.
Hey, let's be honest here. The Rams won 2 of those games by the opposing team missing a game-winning kick.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah. They really shouldn't even be in the playoffs.
Corona?
But I'm going Buffalo. TJ Watt was in there.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's the other thing. TJ Watt's not going to be playing this game either.
Yeah, he's in there. Right. I'll be going for Pittsburgh, because he's not out as playing. It's going to be tough for the defense. So I don't know how to do out there, but because he's out, I'm on Buffalo.
To be honest, I have no idea what you said, David.
You kind of sound like that Terminator that got dipped in the hot metal, the red hot liquid metal. It's kind of.
Yeah. I said because his TJ Watt was out. It's gonna be hard for Pittsburgh's defense to rush Josh Allen, but because he's not in, I'm going for Buffalo.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, next one we got the Miami Dolphins going up to Kansas City, which this game I don't think is going to be quite as cold, or I think it's going to be the temperature is going to be a little bit lower. I think it's going to be it's going to be 10 degrees at kickoff.
That's at 3.
But
3 degrees.
Yeah, but it's not going to have as much as the wind factor as in the Buffalo.
Not the wind chill was going to make it feel like it was like -30 or something. I thought it was extreme.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, but it doesn't. They're not getting like 65 miles an hour winds like is being predicted for the. Let's see, it's going to be wind chill. The wind chill is projected to be between minus 21 and minus 30.
Yeah.
Which would make it, if it got down to that, would be the coldest game in NFL history. I think I give this one to Kansas City just because they're used to playing in the cold, but this cold is just this one you can almost chalk it up to being just like the Chiefs and the Steelers, or excuse me, the Steelers and the Bills. It's going to be so cold. It's going to be somebody has to win almost on a technicality just because someone has to. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick the Dolphins.
Oh.
Corona?
Yeah,
Who? Me?
Corona. Yep.
I'm picking KC. Because it's at home, and Chiefs been playoffs so many years, and Patrick Mahomes knows what's up. So yeah, I go with KC on this one.
Yeah, player gets the wind knocked out of them, they're going to be like not wanting to take a breath because the lungs will freeze.
Yeah.
Bebop's right. Those hits are going to hurt.
That's the truth. That's the truth. But
Don,
KC at home, they got a good defense, and Miami's missing Waddle and Mostert. So I'm taking KC at home. It's too bad you couldn't have found a picture of Taylor Swift in that Chiefs uniform, though. That would have been priceless.
Yes, that would.
LaJoy?
I'm going to take the Dolphins over the Swifties because, sorry, I don't care for you that much, and your weapons are not playing as well either. So the Swifties can go in the toilet by my books.
Ooh, John Joy just made a point, though. They led the league in drops. They're wide receivers.
Yeah, that they did.
So,
John Jay?
Let's see. I'm sticking with Kansas City as my pick. Miami, they're young, they're hungry, but they're also hurt. I think Waddle's hurt, and both their pass rushers, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, both their top pass rushers are out. So, like when you're a hurt team, everything has to go your way, and for whatever the reason, never count out Patrick Mahomes. So, I'm sticking with my pick'ems, the Chiefs.
And to the Swiftie herself, Jamie.
I want to pick the Dolphins so bad. I really, really do. I just think they are too injured right now. I think with them playing in Arrowhead, which is one of the most difficult stadiums to play in, I really think Kansas City is going to win. Like, I wanted the Niners Miami Super Bowl. I think that would have been a lot of fun. But I think mainly it's just Miami's just too beat up right now to really even be able to play against Kansas City right now. They have a lot of injuries. And so I think even with Kansas City's issues that they've been having with their wide receivers this season, I think Mahomes has been here too many times now. I think they'll figure it out, and I just think Kansas City has the edge, and I think they're going to win.
All right. And then we go into the last game of the week. We got the old-ass Joe Flacco's versus the very young C.J. Strouds. And if you had told me Joe Flacco was going to be playing pretty good football for the last month or so and leading a team into the playoffs, I would have not believed you. I probably wouldn't believe you either if you told me that C.J. Stroud was one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league this year and leading that very young team to the playoffs to play them. I still think the defense for the Browns is going to be too much, and I think the Browns end up winning this game. Jamie?
Oh, this is tough. Give me the Browns. I'm going to take the Browns. I think the Browns defense is just really tough. I know Houston has had a crazy season and everything, but I just think, but so has the Browns. Like with Joe Flacco coming out and playing as well as he's been playing since he's gotten here and taken over, and how strong the Browns defense is, it's just like, I just think it's going to be the Browns, which is crazy, but I think so.
John Jay?
First, I want to say shout out to our good friend David McNiner. He knows CJ Stroud. He owns the Utah football team. I'm sorry, McNiner. But back to the game. Flacco and the Browns. They're a very dangerous team. But I chose the upset. I think DeMeco, what he's done this year, in just 1 year, like no one had him winning the division. And I'm never gonna, go against DeMeco. Again, I'm a Buckeyes fan. I like Stroud, so maybe I'm just a little bit biased, but I'm taking the Texans.
Texans, sir. LaJoy?
Browns do have a good team, but I got a gut feeling it will be the Texans taking the win. Just by the coaching, how they are playing. They're playing with definitely a anger and basically the underdog team, especially with a rookie quarterback too.
Are the Browns really an underdog with Joe Flacco at quarterback?
No.
I don't know. It's just like it's a weird thing with Joe Flacco coming in. I wouldn't consider them an underdog though.
McNiner?
I have to go with DeMeco Ryans and the Texans. And it's not necessarily because, the Browns have a good defense. Joe Flacco is playing pretty good for just coming off the couch, wiping his tail and getting in the game. Let's be honest here, right? But CJ Stroud, I saw him last week. He was rolling out. It looked like he was just throwing the ball away. He wasn't. He threw it to a receiver. It literally looked like a throwaway. I'm like, oh, yep, he's throwing the ball. What? What did he just do? And he may be the best quarterback to ever come out of Ohio State. And he, he's only played 1 year, but he still may be the best quarterback to ever come out of Ohio State, out of the 19 quarterbacks they put out that have made an NFL team. DeMeco Ryans is a good coach. If he doesn't win Coach of the Year, that's a crime. It is. It's a crime. He deserves it. Houston was only picked to win, 3 to 5 games, something like that, I think, before the season started. And they're young. CJ Stroud, he's never been in the playoffs in professional football. And he doesn't know that he's not supposed to be there. He doesn't know that. So he's going to be playing his tail off to win this game. I think the whole Houston team is going to be playing their tails off because of how DeMeco Ryans is, And the Browns, they've had a grinded out type of season. I don't see them winning this game. They got to go to Houston. They're not playing at home.
John Jay, being the Ohio State guy, as David said, he's probably the best Ohio State quarterback. Who would you think might be better?
Between who?
Just in general, Ohio State quarterbacks.
See, Ohio State, they've had many great quarterbacks. They have got a lot of record books in the NCAA in college. But Stroud is a different type of player. He's a pocket passing quarterback. He basically breaks the mold. That he needs to be running around like Lamar Jackson. He's a pocket passing quarterback, and he has a really good arm, and the timing and the awareness that he has. Like when he entered the NFL, I was very worried, but he averaged 270 plus yards per game for a rookie, and he had a really, really good year, and he had to carry that team by himself. So, yeah, he's the best quarterback from the Ohio State school.
All right. Then, Mr. Corona, your thoughts on this game?
I'm taking Houston. D'Amico did well. CJ Stroud's playing good. I know last time they played the Browns, they lost because they didn't have CJ Stroud. They had Case Keenum. So Case Keenum's not on the level of CJ Stroud. So I'm going with Houston. Yep.
All right. That's all the games from the weekend. Does anybody have anything else? Or should we shut this party down?
No.
Whoa.
All right, man. You guys have a good night.
We just lost Adam Peters to the commies, the Commanders.
Commies.
His first order of business.
You guys have a good night.
Change that horrible name.
Have a good one, David.
Hey,
Hey.
How's it, Red Jet?
Hey, Red Jet.
David.
Hey.
But his first order of business should be to change the worst name in the NFL. It seriously is. It's like an XFL team name. It's not an NFL team name.
At least the XFL teams have fun names.
What's up, Red Jet?
Yes, they really do.
But it is now UCFL now, not
just
XFL
UFL.
now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
They changed
Yeah,
it.
it just changed.
Yeah, it's just the
Okay.
UFL now.
UCF. Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, I said like the Washington Fuzz, they can make their uniforms kind of emulate a police officer's uniform, or if they want to be the most hated team in the league, they can go the Washington Politicians.
No.
Anything.
The Washington White House.
No, not even that.
Green.
But I honestly,
license
before
now.
they renamed themselves, I gave a suggestion: the Washington Wolverines. It has a ring to it, but they would have to pay like copyright to someone.
Yeah. Michigan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted either Red Tails because at the time, if you wanted something for, to hit the mark of being black, okay, you get the Red Tails of the Fire Squadron. And then, you also had, you got the military mark that you hit. That makes kind of most people happy. Or my personal favorite was you go with DCFC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so someone said the Senators, but that's the hockey team.
Yeah, the
I
hockey.
can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Don't work.
Senators.
And you can't name them the representatives. I mean, that's just,
They can't do with the baseball team. They're called the Nationals. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's our all taken. Like for me, I spoke to a guy who's a Commanders fan. I work with them. He's a private trainer for the NBA basketball stars in the summer league, and he never had a problem with the old name. He understood, like the outrage and why he understood. But he said that an idea was like in baseball, you got the Red Sox, you got the White Sox, and they could just call themselves like the Reds to keep the uniform color or something, or do what the Browns do, and basically like come up with something that because like the Browns, the uniform, it's named after the owner, so that would have been a smart idea. But when they picked the Commanders, that was just a dumb
Snyders.
That was just
You guys want to see old school?
Not that old.
Old school. Want to see old school?
Yeah,
You can't beat those old '90s jackets. Starter jackets.
Where did you?
You can't beat them. I've had this thing forever. I actually have a small from an ex-girlfriend that left me and left it here, and it's like, you're not getting this back.
I have one that's laying around. It's still way too small for me.
That's why you keep it. It's motivation, right? It's motivation. That's what we need.
That's a lot of motivation.
That's okay. All the more to wear it, right?
But yeah, but what are you guys' thought? Kubiak, you know, Kubiak going to the Bears. The Bears are dysfunctional. That's an unstable situation. How would you put yourself in a situation where you might be out of the work in a year?
I'd ask who the quarterback is going to be next season. Is it going to be Justin Fields? Or are they going to drop him? Or are they going to pick? Yeah,
are they going to get what's his name? The
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, are they going to get him, or are they going to keep Justin?
No,
that's the thing.
It's time to move on for Justin Fields.
Now, to give you an idea, you know, all because you draft a quarterback with one of those top 10 picks, don't mean they're going to work out. You know, the 2021 draft, yes, we drafted Trey Lance, okay, and it was a bad idea. Why are you drafting a guy that needs to play a lot of football to learn and to get and to get better to a team that needs a good quarterback right now? It was a bad situation for the kid. It was. They probably shouldn't have done it. I was kind of excited because of his upside. You know, I said, all right, let's give him a year behind James Richard Garoppolo. Let him learn what not to do from him. And then, you know, we'll move on to him, right?
Not the full.
And it just didn't work out, obviously. But that draft, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields. How many of those quarterbacks are good right now?
Trevor.
3 or 4.
One.
Trevor, really?
So all because you draft him high doesn't mean he's going to work out. And Caleb Williams kind of something about him rubs me that way where it's like, you know, I want to part ownership of whatever team I'm part of. Why? Like, why are you afraid you're going to bust and end up being out of the league 2-3 years later? You know, why? Right? Just something about that. It's it kind of seems like arrogance, you know, and typically the quarterbacks that come out like that guy that got drafted by the Cardinals that we had, Josh Rosen, guys like him, all arrogant, come out, yeah, I'm bad. They don't end up working out. Guys that have background where they're riding a combine in a cornfield, Brock Purdy, those type of guys typically work out because they've had to earn it their whole life, right?
Hey, you can have somebody like, you know, Money Manziel. Hey, no.
Yeah, the Johnny Manziel. That's another prime example of a guy was drafted in the first round, didn't work out, right? Like Baker Mayfield was the first one. Mitch Trubisky. I mean Turbinsky.
Baker was all right.
Look at what happened to him, but he got drafted to that dysfunctional franchise. So, you know, he's in a good franchise now, but he still got benched for a second-year guy. So
it also depends on where these guys get drafted. If they get drafted to a dysfunctional franchise, then they're kind of screwed until they can leave and possibly get another opportunity. So it that does play a factor, but yeah, I don't know. The Bears are kind of a mess too right now. I really wouldn't want to go anywhere that's kind of like that deep into needing a rebuild and needing to basically like start from scratch pretty much. So it's gonna, if they end up keeping Justin or if Kubiak goes over there, whatever happens, the Bears are gonna be a mess for a while. Just like Washington needs a lot of work too. So it's just, we know because we just went through it. When Kyle came over here, we had those years of him finding the guys. And we're like the last couple, we got lucky that 2019-2020 season with the Super Bowl run that we had, because we were a year early than we probably should have been, to be honest. So I think I've seen people say that because we were very dominant that 2019 season when we went on the Super Bowl run. So like, and I feel like we still needed that quarterback. So we were early, but you know, it takes time to rebuild. You just got to be patient, and then you just got to find the people who are willing to be patient, because it takes time.
That's the truth. 2019, there was an analysis picked us to win 3 games. I don't remember his name. John Jay, you remember his name?
Adam Rank.
Please don't talk about Adam Rank. That guy's a goofball. He's also
okay. There you go. You guys know his name.
That year, he had us going 3-13. Then we went 13-3.
The Bears
did the exact reverse. Yep.
I remember.
At least he's gone on to apologize about that. Like he's come on, like
he made it a joke the next season. It was funny. Yeah.
Well, then 2020 came. We got injuries to key players, and that that season didn't go well. We still somehow won 6 games, though, right?
Yeah.
Got us Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. That 2018 season did get us Nick Bosa. Well, there goes Red Jet.
Mm-hmm.
But
thank you, Cardinals, for not picking him.
Yeah, thank you, Arizona.
Yeah, they took Kyler Murray, and he signed to a huge contract. Well, Nick Bosa signed to a big contract now, but he signed to a huge contract. I don't know, as quarterback contracts get bigger, it's not going to look that huge, right?
That'd be like a contract.
I think the head coach for Arizona likes Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna stick with him and try to build the team. We'll see what they become, a few years from now.
Yep.
They're kind of they're the epitome of dysfunctional franchise, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were in the mid 2017, in the mid 20, 15, 16. We were Trent Baalke, man, he ruined us.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Then Kyle took over, a talent depleted roster. We had a few good players, but that was it. And in 17, then 18, 17, we traded for James, signed him to a massive contract after he came in for 5 games and played good. Then he got hurt. Right?
Yeah.
And, 2018 happened. Then 2019 come along. We draft guys like, Dre Greenlaw. Was that Fred Warner's? Was that Fred Warner's?
Fred Warner was 2018 , right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. Because that's when we drafted that
year, right? Second Kyle and John year.
Yeah, that one guy that we ended up letting go for domestic violence.
Reuben Foster?
That linebacker, I don't remember his name.
Yeah. He had problems. He had problems when he was in Alabama. He got kicked out of the combine for fighting with a combine scout. So I don't know why John Lynch trade up to get him.
That was a reach at the best, is what you can call it. So, you're like, okay, maybe once he gets into the NFL, he'll mature up. And it's like, no. Once you look into his backstory, he had so many other issues going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone gave him a chance after. I think it was the Redskins that gave him.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody did. I don't remember who it was, but somebody did.
It was the Commanders, but he never played.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like their first preseason game. He snuck his girlfriend in or some shit like that. It's like, dude, you had one more chance and you fucking ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Bebop still not over losing Buckner. Yeah, well.
Mm-hmm.
I like Buckner a lot.
It was an interesting decision at the time.
I understood it.
Yeah.
You can't keep everybody, and there's that thing called the salary cap, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we chose to keep Armstead, and now he has plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
And then we went out and signed DeForest Buckner Light and Javon Hargraves.
Yes. I mean, this offseason, there's a possible scenario where Armstead says, yeah, I'm not going to play anymore. I'm retiring. Then it's like, then we still get a dead cap hit for him next year. I don't know what that's going to be with retirement wise. We'll have to see how that plays out. But then there's an opportunity. What are the Colts going to do with DeForest Buckner? Right? You never know. We could trade for him back. You got lots of draft picks.
Yeah, but we need those draft picks to start replenishing what we have. I don't think because that would take a lot to get him back.
Yeah,
we gave him to them for a first rounder, and that first rounder ended up being our rotational defensive lineman at this point.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. With how old he is and whatnot, I'm not sure what Indianapolis would want for him. Maybe we could get him for a third-round comp pick. I highly doubt it.
Fourth round.
Well, give him a couple comp picks. I mean, 12 rookies aren't making this team, so give him a couple comp picks and keep our first and second rounder. Let's start getting some talent on the offensive line.
Yeah, because
offensive line. Let's not draft defensive line with our first pick this year, like we have so many times. It's like,
do we really want that Ohio State culture where we just can't win national championships?
No.
That was mostly just a jab at John Jay.
Well,
I would love to see.
I'm a Buckeyes fan. I'm a Buckeyes fan. I don't care. We won 11 games, and we played one of those New Year's Six bowls, which is, like one of the tops. I'm good. I'm just mad that the Pac-12 is dead, and now I'm an ACC fan. But
is that what the Ohio State's going to now?
Oh no, I'm talking about Cal, because Cal is the local.
Oh, I have no idea who's going where anymore.
Yeah, oh my God, that's why I wanted Washington to win. Like I said, I'm happy for Harbaugh, but basically that loss basically says to the college football committee, we run college football, and no one can touch us. If Washington would have won the entire year next year, the former Pac-12 team that's now in the Big Ten, it would have been just a jab at college football. But I'm glad for Harbaugh. He won.
But yeah, anyway, what I was saying, if we're going to build a dynasty like the 80s, we need to draft well. Keeping our first, second, third round picks and actually doing something would be nice. But at the same time, it's kind of a different era with the salary cap and everything else going on. Back then, there was no salary cap. Yeah, but you still had to draft well. You still had to keep your players around, and you had to make wise trades back then. It's not like it was easier because there's no salary cap. Because what was free agency? It was one of those things. So, but yeah, still got John Lynch, still got our scout team, and we're minus Adam Peters. I honestly wish they just would have said, "All right, you're GM, John Lynch, you're president. Prague, you go run you've been here 23 years, but go run that soccer team that we promoted you to president on.
Go run the football team."
Right?
So, I'm not gonna lie, I'm half falling asleep because of the time.
Yeah, I figured that, buddy. You're good.
So, John LaJoy, where can they find you at?
Definitely on my channel. My channel is right on my screen. John LaJoy, 9994. You can even find me on Facebook, X, aka Twitter, Instagram, a lot of places. I had to cancel my podcast today because I was a little bit busy doing a rescue on a dog.
Yeah, I saw that. Good job, bud.
Nice.
And me and the shelter did find the owner too. So, and it was basically a next door neighbor of mine, and it was basically a Frenchie out in the cold. So yeah, I ain't gonna play that way with those type of dogs.
Nice. Mr. McNiner.
Well, tomorrow morning, I'll be on the Coffee Talk with Bryant Culp on the Bryant Culp YouTube channel, folks. Sunday morning, we do a dual stream, his channel and my channel. You know, we're in suits. We'll go over the playoff games and talk about what's about to happen during the game, what we think, who we think is going to win, whatnot. We'll run through it.
Of course, David shows up with no sleeves on the suit.
That's right. I took the sleeves. I don't like sleeves. There's sleeves on this jacket, but I'm not taking the sleeves off this jacket. No.
And you might get beat up for ripping the sleeves off that jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I might.
John LaJoy? Or not John LaJoy, John Jay.
Let's see. Tomorrow evening, I'm doing the news of the week. Be talking about the second All-Pro list that came out, because you had the players one and the Associated Press. Niners had 7 people, and good news for Brandon Ayuk. He made the list, so that's good, and many other players as well. I'll talk about the Adam Peters, what the implications, and after I do all the news, probably drop the link in the chat, people to hop on for a little bit. That'll be probably like around 6:00 West Coast time. So guys are welcome to hop on if you guys want to talk 49ers football. Yep. Thanks for having me on.
Always, brother. And Jamie, it was so good having you back after such a long hiatus. So if anybody who didn't know didn't catch the beginning of the show, this show was originally Jamie's show many moons ago.
Many seasons ago.
It's kind of morphed into what it is now. So
which I think, honestly, this is a lot better. It's a lot more free flow. We can talk about any kind of news that's going on in the 49ers, which I think is good. But yeah, I think it's funny. But yeah, I finally was able to pop back on. I was like, you know what? I think it's time to pop back on, at least for this week. We'll see how the schedule keeps going at work.
Yeah, hopefully your schedule stays the same and we can keep you coming back on again.
Yeah. If you guys want to follow my personal Niners Twitter, it's 49ers fan 94. I'm on there. If you guys want to follow me. I just hop on there every once in a while and check news and stuff like that. But yeah. That's where I'm on Twitter.
Oh, don't forget to check the Tony Culp YouTube channel for Ladies of the Niners tomorrow night, folks.
Yes.
Don't forget to check that.
There you go, Jamie. That's where you should be.
Yes. Yeah. I need to message and try to coordinate something to pop on with them.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Talk to Tony. I'm sure you have her on social media.
Yeah.
Oh, I've already exchanged numbers or stuff with them. So
yeah.
We've been trying to get this done for a while.
I know my schedule's been kind of crazy right now, but I'm hoping next off season, my goal is I'm gonna have a much more open schedule, at least on the weekends, so I'll be able to do a lot more stuff. That's my hope. It's my goal.
All good, Rich Hill. No worries.
All good.
It's good.
So yeah, thank you everybody who showed up. It was a good time as usual. We'll probably see you guys on Tuesday when we will finally know who we are playing. Mm-hmm. And we'll start breaking down that stream on Tuesday, and then we'll come back on Friday. So until then, one love. Thank you, everybody.
Go Niners. F all 31 other teams.
Let's go.